This is your number one baby daddy, MrNoGood of MrNoGood.com. Here I is again on a Saturday night with y'all. Well, that's the time I'm taping it. And I'm sorry I was going to go live today. But, it's just I didn't want it to have to resolute and take 12 hours and all that. So, sorry about that. Plus, this is just easier. I miss talking to y'all. But the first thing I want to say is that this podcast is not that I have a paid sponsor, because it's not. I have my own product now. So every podcast from now on is going to be brought to you by my Patreon account, my Patreon page, which I want y'all to go through. You can find that on MrNoGood.com or in the link in the description or whatever. Or the main thing is my product, and it is here. It is called Stank on It. Pheromone scented spray attractant by MrNoGood. And there's stankonit.com. There you go. This and every podcast and everything I do from now on is brought to you by Stank on It. It's brought to you by Stank on It. This is the pheromone spray that I've been talking about that I finally got. It's unscented. So all it smells like is a pheromone, and there's different kind of pheromones. There's women's pheromone that smells like vagina. It's called copulin, but that's very, very smelly. It stinks. It smells like ass. You can only use it for a couple drops. Now I'm gonna make a women's spray with copulin or oil. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but eventually I'm gonna have it just for females to get men's testosterone up and get men in the sexual mood for them. But you can't put on more than a drop or you'll smell like ass. So it's really hard. But this pheromone is a social pheromone. It gets you nice and in a good mood. It makes you feel nice. If you have PMS, you can spray a little bit of this on you and it'll help you from the stress from the PMS. You can use it on a job interview. You could go on a sales meeting. You could do whatever. You could wear this, and this is unscented, so you can wear it in a place where you can't wear cologne. Sometimes you can't wear cologne or perfume at work, but you can put some stank on it. And this appeals to something in your brain. It's a pheromone. People will be more cooperative with you. If you're a man, women will want to be talking to you to death because they feel safe with you. This is what this pheromone triggers in people for both men and women. So a woman can wear it if she's going to a job interview, or she can put it with her perfume or whatever. This can be part of the allure. You can go, you can wash your ass, you can put some Bath and Body Works on and whatever you want to do, and then you can put a little stank on it on top of it. It's nice, mellow, only pheromone scented. That's what that is. So go to stankonit.com. It's ready to ship. I got everything I have some boxes on the way that I ordered from Amazon, some shipping boxes. They should be here next week. But go ahead and order some stank on it. I'll send it out to you, and we'll get it done. This is the stank right here. This is the precious stank from Hong Kong. This is enough for 250 bottles of stank on it. Well, really more than that, but I just rounded it down to 250 for spillage. 250 bottles of stank on it can be made from this right here. This is the stank. This is the genuine stuff from Hong Kong. I mixed this up because I learned how to do it when I was buying liquid Xanax, when I was buying Xanax off the dark web back in the day. So you got to learn how to mix medicine and get it right to the proper milligram strength. Boom, here it is, the stank. So all you got to do is go to stankonit.com today and you gonna get it. And I make it extra strong. Stankonit.com with a secure PayPal portal. Go click on there. You ain't got to worry. It's not like I'm not taking your credit card orders. PayPal is. Don't worry about it. Just get you some stank on it today. Now we're going to talk about what I was going to talk about. I'm thinking about talking about two people. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about, but the one person I know I'm going to talk about is Bill Burr. All of y'all like Bill Burr. I like Bill Burr. I think he's a good comedian. I think he's a legendary comedian. I like his podcast. I used to listen to his podcast when I was doing the machinist thing, working in a factory, and working in a factory sucks. Even if you're a machinist, even if you're doing something skilled, going into a dreary factory every day sucks ass. There's nothing to look at but white men's ass cracks and machines and chemicals and equipment. Fuck that. I don't want to do it. But many times I listen to Bill Burr. I know a lot of y'all are working jobs, and I work jobs now where you have to plug your phone in, get your earbuds in, you're working, you have to listen to a podcast or listen to somebody talk or listen to some music or whatever. You don't have time to go back and switch different this and switch to that, switch to this, switch to that. You want to listen to something and listen to it straight through and not have to worry about it. So I listen to Bill Burr, and y'all know who Bill Burr is. Y'all remember how he had just come on Saturday Night Live. He's talking about white women, Karens. He didn't call them Karens, but he was talking about Karens and their white privilege and all of this kind of stuff, and how they talk too much and how they put themselves in the front of the line and nobody wants to hear them talk. And everybody thought, oh my God, that's so cutting edge. But he had that bit for a while. All he did was take a bit that he had from before, put it on Saturday Night Live, and sprinkle on a little COVID. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's your material, it's your intellectual property, you do whatever you want to do. However, we're going to go through how you can say one thing, how somebody will be quick to tell you what to do. They'll tell you what they think you should do, how you should shut the fuck up, how your opinion doesn't matter, and how you're supposed to grow some nuts and stand up for something. But when it comes down to your own life, you don't follow what you're going to follow. So let's see here. We're going to go first. Now, I'm not going to do the Saturday Night Live skit, because I don't know about, it's too new and they're going to go into I don't want to hear about copyright, but this is a reaction video. So this is just going to be a reaction right here. White women. All right. So we're going to start out how he tries to put it on you. And I know sometimes it's an act, and it is an act. But all stories, all comedy, all that is based in something that happens for real. Mostly. So we're going to start here. And then I'm going to break down how he's hypocrite. Even though I still like him. But how he disdains, he doesn't like Karens, but he will just bow down to a Keisha. So let's start with this.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I think white women started it. It's the worst. The fucking worst. It's all they do is bitch, moan, and complain. I had no idea how difficult it was to be a white woman in the United States of America. Evidently, it's really difficult. Yeah, they're always bitching. Do you have any idea what it's like to be me? Well, I imagine it would be slightly less awesome than my life. What happened to you today, sweetheart, huh? Did they not chill your rosé? You know? Was the trolley not running down at the mall? What happened? No, it's unreal. I'm really fucking annoyed how white women have the fucking balls to throw my white privilege in my face.
So there you go. First, he's had this routine for a minute, talking about white women. When did this come out? Well, this is Paper Tiger. I don't know when Paper Tiger came out. But as you hear, how he's talking about white women and how he doesn't want to hear what they're talking about and blah, blah, blah.
You know? Sort of separate themselves from these white males with their white male privilege. It's like, bitch, you're sitting in the jacuzzi with me. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, quit your fucking whining. Look, right out of the gate, all right? If you live in some honey boo-boo lifestyle on the Appalachian Trail, you know, your uncle just banged you in the dirt, all right, I can listen to you. No, one of my fantasies is I want to drive by like a woman's rally and just say the most sexist shit I can think of, just to watch them lose their minds. You know, just drive by real slow and be like, yeah, why don't you get back in the kitchen where you belong? Just to look in the rearview mirror, watching them flipping out in the road.
So there's that. He loves to talk about white women. And he did it on Saturday Night Live. But you know he's married to a black woman. All right. Now, Barack Obama was also married to a black woman. You'll see the tie-in in a minute. Because he had also had a bit talking about how he's sick of Michelle Obama talking too much, getting up in the camera and not knowing her place. He's saying what a black man needs to do with a black woman. Now, this is all comedy. I know he's not serious. I know. So I'm not trying to burn this cracker at the stake. I like him. But he has a thing where he doesn't like where women just butt in to where they don't belong and they don't have anything to do with it. All right? So this is what he said about Michelle Obama. This was in 2018 and something else. Relax, here it comes.
So, I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. You know, I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. You know? More and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. It's just like, well, why are you talking? Right? You weren't elected. Shut up. Your husband's not running a lemonade stand here. He's running the country. You don't just chime in. Let me get.
See, exactly. If you are not the person that they are there to see, or if you are not the person that they have come to your podcast to hear, and you just happen to be in the house, you need to shut the fuck up. Because we're not here for you. This is why. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to put that on my baby mama, because my baby mama never tried to get up in the mic and talk and be the center of attention, whatever. She wasn't trying to do anything like that. But the fact is that since she was in my house, it was just messing up the vibe for me. My baby mama ain't here. I'm free to do whatever I want to do. My baby mama is at home in Negroville in her subsidized apartments, and I like that. But for many, 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 many years, she was right up here in my face, just like this. Like it was, this is my face, and this was her face. Everywhere I went, her face was right there up in my shit. And you can't do that when you're trying to be creative and entertain people, or just inform people and talk to people and have a dialogue with people. I wasn't able to have a dialogue with you motherfuckers because I had somebody up in my face all the damn time.
Yes, is this considered sexist? It is? Why? Well, okay, you just nodded there, lady. Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up, and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And then goes, hey, you know, I'm actually thinking it's kind of... Wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the up. I need a plumber in this moment. I'll extend an olive branch here. All right, at some point, there's going to be the first female president, right? Exactly. Which means at that moment, you're going to have the first male first lady, right? And when that happens, that dude needs to shut his trap. I don't want to hear a word out of him.
I don't want to hear a word out of him. He doesn't want to hear a word out of anybody beside Obama. He didn't want to hear Michelle Obama's mouth. Michelle Obama was a very strong black woman. Now, I know she be rolling her neck to Barack all day and just rolling her neck. It's got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to love a woman to have somebody. But the problem is Michelle Obama knows what she's talking about. So you got to listen. My baby mama be... and not know a damn thing. That's the difference. My baby mama wasn't knowing what the fuck was going on, but constantly running off at the damn mouth. If I had an accomplished person that graduated from Harvard, is accomplished like her, yeah. Now, Howard University is just as good as Harvard, especially for black people. But I ain't catching no Michelle Obama out of Howard. I just caught another nigga. I just caught another nigga. So, hold on.
I want to hear from the president. You, sir, go do some first lady stuff, all right? Go get yourself some gloves that go up to your elbows. Smile and nod during speeches. Go put your own flair redecorating the White House, right? Which leads you to Michelle Obama, right? Now she's sitting there holding up those hashtags. Remember that hashtag, bring back our girls? Remember that? It's like, it blew my mind. It's like, why are you showing me that? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, what am I gonna do to get those girls back? Why don't you look across the dinner table? It's like, you see that guy? That is the leader of the free world. Tell him to pick up a phone, call some Navy SEALs and solve it. What am I gonna do? Show up with a sharpened mic stand? Hey, Michelle said to bring him back.
All right, so now we're gonna go into how some of y'all listen to his podcast. And recently, well, not recently, but it's been a while. She was her girlfriend and all of that kind of stuff. I forgot to find a picture of her. But he got a wife. Bill Burr has a wife. Her name is Nia Hill. Now let's go on some images here. Now this girl's good looking. She's good looking. She's chocolate. Cause I looked her up. Because I say, please don't let Bill Burr's wife be fat and unattractive. But the thing is, white men don't marry fat, unattractive black women. White men marry accomplished, sexy black women. She's good looking. I would love to have a woman like this in my house. Love it. Smart, articulate, chocolate, nice body. I bet she gives great head. She better give great head. I hope for Bill's sake. But I like her. I like Bill Burr's wife. And I'd like me to have me a Bill Burr wife myself. So I'm not hating on Bill Burr for getting her. I'm not hating on her for getting with a pasty white Irish man from the peaks of the Caucasus Mountains. This is America, and she has the right to date and marry and have babies with whoever she want to do. My older daughter, she prefers white men. Maybe I ruined that because I was talking too much shit. Maybe I was talking too much shit. Being too arrogant. But anyway, maybe she likes somebody who she can run off at the mouth to and try to fix him and make him evolve and all of that kind of stuff. We don't know. But he talks about Karens all the time. But will let a neck rolling Keisha. Yeah, I know she gotta roll her neck. I know she rolls her neck. She's black. Black women automatically roll their necks. It's in their DNA. But I like a black woman that rolls her neck and knows what she's talking about. Now, in this particular instance, she doesn't know what she's talking about and ruins it. And he talks about how women say this and white women say this and white women say that, but you're letting the black women say whatever the fuck you want her to say. Now we're going to go on here. Let me find it first. All right. I just happen to be, this is what inspired me to make this. I just happen to be watching some Bill Burr stuff. And he had this was from 2016, so this is old. But since I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of stuff comes up. So this happened to come up. And he was talking about strong female characters and how action movies are ridiculous and how they used to be ridiculous with men. And the writing was terrible. But then later on, the writing got better and they started having female characters, female lead characters and superheroes and this and that and that and this. And he was just pointing out how ridiculous male things were, how male movies were, and then how I switched to female. But and it was a good rant. He was just ranting, talking his stuff, sitting in his kitchen, doing what he wanted to do. Where am I at? All right, so we're going to go into what he was saying. Which was making his point.
But anyways, those movies kind of already started off ridiculous. You know, we'd have 40 guys with a machine gun, and a guy would just fucking... There's one movie where, I think it's Schwarzenegger, there's like 20 guys with machine guns shooting at him, and there's all these potted plants, and he just runs and kind of puts his hand up, you know, to guard his face from all the thousands of bullets that are coming at him, and somehow they miss him. He runs across this fucking foyer. I mean, they just kept getting more and more ridiculous, you know, all the way up to like Steven Seagal, where he would barely be moving and just beat the shit out of an entire bar. I love when they would throw a punch at his face and he would just sort of lean and just actually watch the fist go past his face. So now, just when you think that, you know, and the dialogue was always really bad. So then what they did, you know.
See, that's the thing. He said, male movies, action movies are unrealistic. Y'all remember Steven Seagal? When he was young, he was fluid. But then he got old and fat. He was just running around, he wouldn't put no energy into it. And he was just beating everybody's asses, and it was ridiculous. Jackie Chan had gotten old and fat, but he was still whooping everybody's ass.
They all went away because they just got so ridiculous. They kind of just stopped making action movies for a long fucking time. I think they did anyways. I guess the Bourne Identities and those were action movies. Whatever. All I know is that now they got the ladies starring in them. And for some reason, like, I think just because people were so educated to how fucking stupid they were, they actually finally decided to start writing decent dialogue, you know, as opposed to all the shit they gave Stallone to be, go for it, right? Or what's his face, Schwarzenegger would rip off a steam pipe and throw it through somebody's chest and then be like, let off some steam. I mean, it was literally that bad.
Again, he's saying how it's bad, the writing was bad, blah, blah, blah. All right? That was the point that he was making. And then the point he was trying to make is that women are up here beating everybody's ass and whatever.
Don't wake my friend. He's dead tired. Just really bad. Then they started actually writing scripts. And I guess you had like the Bourne Identity. And then you had the other guy, Lock, Stock, and Four fucking who's him or what's this. And so now.
All right, now we're going to go to where he started talking about. He was in his kitchen, minding his own business. And then this happens.
Fucking impressive. Did I already talk about this already on Monday? I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, it's like, why don't you fucking say something impressive? You know, instead of having your T-shirt warm up the crowd. I can't remember if I told you guys this already, but I wanted to make a T-shirt that says a real woman isn't afraid to make her man a sandwich every once in a while. Just to get the looks.
See that right there, ladies? That's exactly what we're talking about.
What are you smiling about, Nia? You like that one?
Singing the same old song again?
Huh?
Here we go. We had 10 minutes of good Bill Burr. 10 minutes of good Bill Burr. We were listening to Bill Burr. We were enjoying Bill Burr. Then the black neck rolling woman walks in the door, or walks in the kitchen, and then this is what happens.
Huh?
You singing the same old song again?
Am I singing what same old song again?
Your same old song.
What is my same old song, Nia?
Your same old fucking song. Your same old, ooh, I don't like when women do stuff and say things and have feelings. You're still singing that same old
No,
song?
I don't know. That's not what I'm saying.
You old man.
That's not what I'm saying.
Prehistoric caveman. Have you evolved at all in the time we've been together? Or are you just singing the same old song?
Well, if you'd let me finish.
I heard everything that you said.
No, you didn't. You didn't hear everything that he said. You felt the need to come in and, like Bill Burr said, lean in, put your 2 cents in. Now, granted, he asked you, what are you smiling about? But if you come in the kitchen and he's doing his work and you come in grinning at him, he's going to automatically ask, well, what is it, Nia? What you smiling about? You know why? Because she's a hot black piece of ass. And there's no way that this pale Irishman is going to get anybody near what Nia is, who was around, who probably, hopefully, suckles on his pale white peen, rubbing him up. He laying in the bed, tasting that sweet chocolate black pussy that I bet she got. Busting nuts up in her, making babies. Now you got a baby with her. You're gonna listen because you're not stupid. You're an old, pale white man. Now I'm an old, handsome black man. And I ain't got it yet. My phone may ring from somebody who wants to come over in the middle of the night, but she ain't shit. I don't really want her over here. I don't feel like putting a crook in my neck, eating this girl's pussy, and not busting no nut. And she ain't coming, and I ain't get the fuck. No, you ain't gonna come over here and watch porn. My porn that I've made where I'm getting off, and then I can't get off. Hell no. So you got something in the bed, you want to listen and make sure you pacify that piece of sweet black ass that you know you can't find nowhere else. Ain't no hot young chicks looking for you, Bill Burr. Hell no, they ain't looking for you.
All right, I heard you trash the T-shirt.
Isn't that T-shirt a little ridiculous? I mean, if I had the male version, like, you know, a real woman would blah, 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 blah.
Your take on it is actually very funny. But still, what were you talking? You were talking about how, the women in the action films, like, beating up, like, big guys. But you're willing to suspend your disbelief that Vin Diesel can drive a car through not one, but 2 or 3 buildings in Fast and Furious?
No, I'm not.
And be fine?
No, I'm not.
And be like, whoa, that was quite a ride, or whatever it is that he said.
Yeah, no.
He said no. But if she actually heard everything that she said she did, she wouldn't have came in saying that, because you and I just heard him say how ridiculous it was when Arnold Schwarzenegger was running around not getting hit by 10,000 bullets, and how Steven Seagal was old and slow and watching punches going by his face. She didn't hear that. But she said, I heard everything. Therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. Bill Burr needs to take some of his own advice and tell her to shut the fuck up. And people in his comments mad as hell how she came in and ruined it. She came in and sucked the whole life out of his podcast. Sucked the whole life out of this segment because she came in and didn't know what the fuck she was talking about and just chimed in when she wasn't needed. She's like the plumber's wife. We are not here for you, Nia. We are here for Bill Burr.
Stupid. No, it's absolutely stupid. They drive from one building to another and fishtail before. No, it's completely stupid. I don't watch those movies.
Right. So I'm just saying, with all action films, you guys suspend your disbelief a little bit. Daniel Craig can't beat up like 20 guys at one time.
No.
But in the movie, he does.
No. Yeah, but here's the thing. What they did was they started in the 80s, and it was immediately ridiculous, and the dialogue was horrific. Mm-hmm. So then what they did was they started to have better dialogue, and it actually...
So now he got to re-explain this shit to her, who supposedly heard everything, while we just heard him say the same thing. And then she tries to get him on a point that he already made. Now we gotta hear him re-explain what he already told us, because she decided to bump her head into here, and it ain't got nothing to do with her.
Actually have the guys get hurt a little bit, where, like, you know, fucking Bruce Willis had his bloody foot on the glass, and his wife beater just kept getting dirtier and dirtier. So they tried to make him real. But I'm just saying, when I was watching that Atomic Blonde, she's like beating the shit out of these two guys. They're like 260 pounds each. Those guys, once they get their paws on you, I don't give a if somebody outweighs you by 100 pounds, once they get their hands on you, it's fucking over. And there's two of them.
But it's a movie, so we go with it, right?
I know.
It's a movie. You just said it was ridiculous for Vin Diesel to drive through some buildings, which is ridiculous, but we all know it's already ridiculous. But when a woman is beating up a man, it's a movie. We're supposed to go with it, right? Shut the fuck up. Bill Burr running around talking about white women, that's his gig. Talking about white women because it's popular to talk about white women. When he got a black woman that won't shut the fuck up in his own house.
But it just gets to, there is a certain level. Like, there's a bunch of them. Like, I never used to watch The Bourne Identity just because the way they would edit it. I went to one of them. I swear to God, I almost had a seizure.
Yeah.
The editing was like, that, what was that one that Woody Harrelson did, The Murderers, the boyfriend-girlfriend murderers?
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, the way that was edited, it was just like, this is fucking, I can't watch this.
Right, the quick cuts.
Yeah.
And now the energy is gone. I'm not going to talk about the other person because I can make a whole nother separate video on him. I'm not even going to do it because I'm already at 41 minutes. And why when I can make another video and promote some more stank on it? So that's it. As you see, it's a gimmick. And I'm going to show another man who has a gimmick. Bill Burr's gimmick is talking about white women. But Bill Burr's gimmick, and I'm not mad. I don't want him to leave because some of the comments were like, oh, when's the divorce? And oh, your comedy was so much better when you weren't married, and oh, she ruins everything and we can't stand Nia. Fine, you can't stand Nia. Sometimes her points make sense. A lot of people don't like Nia. A lot of people like Nia, wanted to come on. So what Bill Burr did, which makes sense, is when he has a little clip or video or anything that comes out now, he says Bill Burr and Nia says so-and-so. Bill Burr and Nia puts their input on so-and-so. So now, if you see Bill Burr and Nia in the title and you still click on it, don't complain about Nia. Because he has listened to his fans, and now when Nia is in there, he says Bill Burr and Nia. So he actually listened. So when I see Bill Burr and Nia, I don't click on it. Now, if I clicked on it, I'll probably see people still complaining, oh, Nia. Well, now you're being a hater. No, I don't want to hear Nia's voice. Yes, I think she's beautiful. Just because I think somebody's beautiful and a good, strong black woman doesn't mean I want to hear what the fuck's coming out of their mouth. So with my damn Jewel. So that's anybody. There's men on here who's I don't want to hear what the fuck coming out of their mouth. Just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes you don't want to hear what the fuck coming out of my mouth. And that's okay. But stop listening to motherfuckers telling you what to do and what other motherfuckers should do. And when they in their own house, they ain't doing the shit. And I know it's just comedy. But when you're on a podcast, it's your job to entertain and inform your listeners. And if they don't want a certain person on there, they ain't gonna have them. They don't want to hear it. Listen to your customers. Sometimes you're just not going to give a fuck. Listeners listen to me and want me to do this and that and talk about this and that. I may or may not do it. I'm going to do me. Bill Burr going to do him. And you can't tell him not to be happy in his own house because you listeners ain't up in there laying up in bed with him, rubbing on his pale white bird chest, laying up on that clammy white pale skin every night. She doing that. Let her do it. He has the right to be happy and he has the right to be loved. Stop telling him to leave her and telling her to divorce her and all that stuff. No, don't do that. Bill Burr would be a fool to get rid of that woman. So anyway, that's all I'm done. I'm done talking today. Go to MrNoGood.com so you can hit the Patreon, the members area, and you can hear all my old podcasts from 2004 up to now and some other exclusive podcasts and videos that I put on there that I don't even talk about on here because that's more personal. Also, go to StankOnIt.com. Buy you a bottle of Stank On It right now. I expect to see some orders coming in. I'm going to do a little advertising. This is my new fragrance. I'm in the fragrance game now. Bonafide. I got my own shit out here. And I want you to support me. Hit me up. 330-536-3706. You know, there's Cash App and all that kind of stuff, but no, I'd rather you buy some Stank On It. Don't send me no Cash App just for nothing. Buy some Stank On It and get something. Subscribe to my Patreon and get something. I am here to make sure you get something for your dollar. I'm not here to beg for no donations. I want you to buy my product. Stank On It. I want you to buy my product. Go to Patreon and help support black business. And I'll talk to you niggas later. This is your number one baby daddy, MrNoGood and MrNoGood.com. Signing off. Baby.